How's it going, everybody? Robin here. Welcome to AriesFireTarot. Just preparing to do your daily tarot card reading. This is going to be for Wednesday, September 1st, and I use the Tattoo Tarot Ink and Intuition for Wednesdays. So, where's my intro gone? Like, I'm getting like impressions already. Okay, so I just want to spit out the rest here. This is for all Zodiac signs, general reading. You guys are amazing, yada yada yada. All of that stuff. I'm just being compelled to pull a card immediately. It's like there's an express message that needs to be ripped open. Okay, so hold on for a second. So we have the Hermit card. So yesterday we saw this weird conjunction from something that was happening today that healed something back previously in your life. Okay, so the Hermit card is coming out of this time alone, finding the open door. I'm getting the words finding your open blessing, and it's like that blessing is wrapped up in an individual. Okay, hold on, we'll pull another card. This is you guys winning all day long with the Ace of Swords. New opportunities coming in for you. Archangel Michael is always very present and available to you when you see the Ace of Swords. Clear, concise thinking. I'm seeing some sort of a resolution. You guys actually might initiate a conversation with someone from your past. Wow, I'm just going down this big, long tunnel. It was like this long and winding path, you know, where this separation had to happen for you guys. And we saw that person being reflected in so many other people and finally being able to wind that up. And then you realized how lonely that was for you, how lonely that road was, and that you were actually conjuring up people to remind you of the person that you lost. Hold on. Five of Coins. Okay, so this is like an imminent abundance for you. I feel like this is really murky. It's like really heavy and some sort of a, like this realization. There could have been you blaming somebody else or not taking on enough responsibility for the split of a relationship from the past. Like always just sort of looking at them and saying, well, if they hadn't have done this, then I wouldn't have had to say this. And that's always very interesting. You know, so it's like you constantly repopulated your life to keep on having that experience over again, but never getting to a solid reconciliation. So we saw on Monday where you offered somebody the love and the opportunity to calm them down. You offered them help, which is probably what you should have done 10 or 20 years ago, but you probably weren't in this state of consciousness and self-realization right now. So instead of living in the lack and the emptiness of missing that person, you kept calling them in different bodies with the same situation and probably wondering, why does this always happen to me? So we do have the Three of Cups here. So this is meeting somebody that is completely on your vibration. They completely understand you. Oh, this is intense, you guys. Hold on. I got to pull another card here. So we saw the Two of Cups yesterday, and here it is again. Okay, so it's like some massive gap being filled. We saw that wall yesterday that had the hole in it, but then the Empress wanted to take you through it. If you are waiting for an apology from somebody else, they're waiting for one from you too. You guys were not on the same page. You were too youthful or too stubborn to understand each other, and both sides were laying blame. Okay, so you guys could have been estranged for an extended amount of time. That's why that situation had to happen on Monday, so you guys could have that healing, and then this sort of maybe even a self-reproach and say, why didn't I do that in the past with this person, with this really close friend, with this family member, with the one that got away, because you really care about them. And you've both been living in this atmosphere of sort of a hollowness, but then putting up all these barricades with all these other people that represented that conflict that you had. And now it can be resolved. So I see where there's an urging for you guys to take the first step, okay? Imagine if you sit and wait for an apology, and then your time passes. I'll do that tomorrow. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm going to give you guys a really huge example of why you shouldn't wait to do things from my personal life. Okay, so my grandmother on my mother's side, she was very ill, and she was in what do they call those? Anyway, she was in the hospital. And I said, okay, I'll go see Grandma tomorrow, okay? And she passed away during the night, and I never got to say goodbye to her. So you never know what time and circumstance is going to do. So if there is somebody that there was a conflict with, and now you've realized, oh, I could have been more compassionate or more understanding, or at least not have severed ties with that person, and you're waiting for them to apologize, well, they should come to me. Okay, drop that. Just drop that. You want to go and reach out however you can. Super easy to find people on social media. You could look them up, send them a message. Hey, I'd really like to reconcile or resolve that. Can we talk? I'm sorry. I know a lot of people that they think that not apologizing is winning, okay? But this incident, and I am seeing 10, 20 years ago for a lot of you, it left a hole in your heart that no other relationship could fill up, okay? So if you feel like your message isn't getting responded to, especially if you're not friends with that person, on social media, let's say Facebook, for example, your messages could go into the junk folder or something like that. So don't just try once. You don't want this to be the thing that you regret or hold another grudge. Well, they didn't get back to me. Well, what if your message is in their request folder and they never check it because it's just garbage, So try again, send a friend request, do something a little bit more demonstrative. Set your intention, understand that things happen. Sometimes messages don't go through. So you want to do the follow-up, really try, because this is something that really needs to be repaired for both of you, and you're both developing at the same time. And now we have the Three of Coins. So this relationship is only going to be as good as you make it, as the energy that you put into it. People fall out, and they fall out for a long time. I mean, you miss out on that with each other. So really put your concentrated effort in whoever's name that you think of. Whereas when I say this happened this many years ago and you guys separated and you were both in a decade-long huff, that's the person. That's the person. And don't wait for somebody else to make the first move ever. You can make the first move. By not making the first move and putting that responsibility on somebody else, that's called ego, and ego ruins relationships. So, end of sermon. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.